It's June 19th and I'm just leaving the hostel. Had a good time here. Still a little weird being here when they had that wedding last night, but it was a good time. They finished up by 9, so I didn't have any trouble sleeping. It was actually pretty nice sleeping last night because it was so cold. So today I'm just going to try 17 miles. There's another store in about 7 or 8 miles, so that's where I'm going to stop for lunch and just enjoy this beautiful day of low 70s and no humidity. It's going to just be a great day to hike. I forgot to mention when I was at that hostel, they had a scale there, so I weighed myself and I'm still 171, which is what I was 2 weeks ago, which means I finally stopped losing weight. Of course, the only way I was able to do that was to eat everything I could find. So I don't know how long I could do that for, because that's really hard, eating that much food, like almost every day in town or at a grocery store or wherever I can find it. So for now, I've stopped the weight loss. We'll just see how long I can keep that up. There's just a little swimming hole at the town park. There's already some kids here, even though it's like 55 degrees this morning and windy. It's the most interesting thing I've seen all day. Just on the top of this mountain, just a pile of rocks, slightly tilted. Okay, that's it for now. And here's some more rocks. Oh, I have to walk between them. Okay. I can squeeze through here, I think. Now I go down here. Okay, going back downhill now. I'm still not done. I just had to climb up that and go through here. And there's not a whole lot of room. I'm trying not to get hung up on the rocks. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's this way. Okay. That scared me. How you doing, buddy? Hey. Okay. I came around that one rock and I was greeted by somebody's dog. It scared the crap out of me. And I just heard the dog screaming, so he must have fell off a rock and got hurt. But he stopped, so he must be okay. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be doing rock climbing today. Until now, it was like super easy. It's not very often. I just have to throw the poles down and climb up with my arms. Well, it's an early day. I'm just about to the shelter, 15.5 miles. The next place would be in town, and I don't want to go to town again 2 days in a row. So this is where I am today, just about to the shelter, and then I'll just do what I always do, set up, get some water. Probably won't even eat dinner because I had a big lunch, so I'll probably just have a snack or something like that. But it was a pretty easy day of hiking, except for that one mountain range. It's June 20th, and I'm about to get on the trail here. It was cold last night. About 4 o'clock this morning, I had to put my puffy coat on and my hat on. I was so cold. My sleeping bag just wasn't quite cutting it. So I don't think it was maybe 50, but I was just so used to the heat. I guess I wasn't used to the cold, so oh well. I don't have my coat on now. I feel fine now. So that's what I think it was. And something was walking around my tent last night, but it was pretty quiet, so I think it was just a deer. Wasn't making a whole lot of noise. So today, I'm heading into the Cumberland Valley, which is like an 18-mile stretch of valley, so it's going to be flat. Well, it's not quite 18 miles. I should say I'm going 18 miles today. Maybe 14 of that is going to be flat. So I've got about 2 miles this morning to climb down into the valley. And then I'm going to stop at Boiling Springs this morning and get some food. And then walk all day. And then right at the end of the day, I'll start to go back uphill again. So it should be a pretty easy day. Another nice weather day. I think it's supposed to be 76 today. It's the third day in a row. So I'm loving this weather. And then tomorrow, I think it's going to start getting hot again. And also tomorrow, my trail gets very rocky. So I'm going to try to enjoy this last easy day. I think from going forward after today, the rest of Pennsylvania is pretty bad for rocks. So that's what everybody tells me anyway. So that's definitely going to slow me down. But as long as I can keep doing 15, 20 miles a day, I'm happy. I figured out that I've got maybe 2 months left before I get to Katahdin. And that's if I just keep going around 15 miles a day. So this month, of course, I'll be faster than that. But the last month, you get into those big mountains. That's definitely going to slow me down. But I figured 2 months, 2 more months. So even though I just got halfway done miles wise, I'm more like, I don't know, 60% done time wise. So it's making me feel good that I'm more than halfway done. So it gives me a little extra incentive to keep going and keep pushing, and hopefully I don't get hurt, and then just try to enjoy myself a little more, and before you know it, I'll be there. And then I won't know what to do because I won't be hiking anymore. It'll be a weird thing, but I still got a long way to go before that happens, so I'm not worried about that right now. So, first things first, we just got to get into town and get some hot food, and that'll be that for today. Well, I just climbed up to Center Point Knob, my one climb this morning of about 500 feet, and they have this little marker here of the backpacker, and it just says Center Point Knob. But I thought it was a neat little monument, or whatever you want to call it, to put up here. No view. Maybe you can see a tiny little bit through the trees, but that's it. So now it's all downhill into town. Okay, I'm coming out of the trail into Cumberland Valley, and it's like a different world out here. It's like where'd the mountains go? Way far away. You can see the next mountain range. I gotta walk across all that today. Oh, I hope this isn't gonna be sunny all day. I'm gonna get a sunburn. I can put my hat on if I have to. I'm in Boiling Springs, walking by Children's Lake. Seems to be a couple really old buildings here. Seems like a pretty nice town. Now at the north end of this lake, I should find the outfitters and the local store and see what kind of money they can get out of me today. Well, the outfitter was a disappointment, but just ran into some other hikers. They said Lakeside is really good. So that's where I'm headed now. Walking through the Cumberland Valley is actually pretty nice. Other than maybe that first mile that was out in the sun, the rest of it is all in the shade like this, along tree lines of all these farm fields. So it's mostly flat, so it's really nice. And in the farm fields, it's wheat or corn. That's the two things they like to plant here. I just found my first field of soybeans, and these things look sad. Yep. I don't know if these are going to do anything this year. I mean, they might, but so far they're not looking so good. I'm in the middle of that valley now. Still just going across lots of these farm fields and open grasslands. I did just run into some trail magic. It was just a little cooler, but unfortunately it had water and Diet Dr. Pepper. Well, I don't know who did that, but I can't think of any hiker who would want a Diet Dr. Pepper. And I already got plenty of water, so I just skipped that trail magic. I'm hoping to get to a gas station here in a couple more miles and get a little something extra. I just finished my late lunch at the gas station. Now I just got a half-mile walk back to the trail. And about 7 more miles today, and then I'll be at the shelter. So about another 3 hours. And today was what I thought it was. Going through this valley was pretty easy, so my last easy day. Tomorrow's going to be a lot harder, but I'll just enjoy the rest of today while I have it. I have to laugh at this sign. No walking. No walking. According to this sign, you can't walk in any direction. I don't know how people are supposed to cross the road, but that's what it says. Walking along Cunnadequinic Creek. I think I'm saying that right. Cunnadequinic. It's a weird name. I'm sure it's Native American for something. Almost to the mountains. I've got about 2 more miles left. And then one climb up to the shelter tonight. I'm halfway up this mountain, and I just stumbled upon this old car, or what's left of it. It's obviously very old, and it always just makes me wonder how this got here. Like, was it a road up here? Was there a house up here? Did someone just drag it up here? Who knows? Okay, up the hill, almost to the shelter. And you can see I've climbed back up into the mountains. One last view of the valley before I go to bed. Well, I'm here at the Darlington shelter. 18.5 miles of AT today and about 1.5 miles of side trails to get food. So a 20-mile day. Not bad. My feet still hurt a little, so I'm still getting used to these new trail runners. I hope I hurry up and get used to these things. Tomorrow and maybe the next several days are going to be rocky, so my feet are going to hurt anyway. It'd be nice if they felt a little better from being used to the shoes. So hopefully, I know I keep saying that, but hopefully that's it. Hopefully I'm used to these things now. Anyway, it's 4:30 and I'm just gonna set up my tent, maybe get a snack, and that'll be it. June 21st, just getting out of camp, 7:30, and I'm one of the last ones out, as usual. I always say that. But today I don't really care. I'm only going 12 miles. The only thing that might screw me up is I climb up an 800-foot mountain, and then I run the ridge of the mountain for about 6 or 7 miles. And on the guide, it put down that those 6 miles are extremely rocky. Well, I've never seen them put that before. And I've been through some pretty rocky terrain. So I'm not sure if someone new updated that section and just put rocky in there, or does that mean it's like the worst rocks you've ever seen? I won't know until I get there. So hopefully it's just a normal kind of rocky and it won't really slow me down. I'm more worried about it just hurting my feet, because if I run over a lot of rocks, especially for 6 miles, it's going to really hurt my feet, because these Lone Peaks that I wear are very comfortable and they're very light, but they're not made for going over rocks. So whenever I go over a rocky section, my feet are just killing me. So I'm sure, well, it depends. I mean, if they're small rocks, it'll hurt my feet. If they're big boulders that you have to climb over, that'll be okay. But then I might slip and smash my face. So I'll just have to see what kind of rocks they are. I'm not trying to make a big deal about it. I just kind of freaked me out when they put it on the trail guide. Also, I learned that a person died on Mount Washington yesterday. It's been very cold the last couple days, and it was actually snowing up there. And someone died of hypothermia during the day. So you got to check the weather before you go up these mountains. And if you got to take a day or two off, then just take a day off. Don't try to climb a mountain in a snowstorm in the summertime, because most people don't even have winter equipment with them. So please don't do that. Just be careful and live another day. So having said that, it's going to be a nice warm day today with a chance of rain. So hopefully I'll get into town around 2 o'clock at the latest. Duncannon is the name of the town. And I have to do my usual laundry, shopping, video, and I'm staying at a hostel, which is also the outfitter. So maybe I can get a new water filtering system. That's the thing I really want right now. That's about it. One more little valley going through before my climb up into the mountains. You can hear the red-winged blackbirds. So I'm walking that ridge line, which they said was very rocky. And yeah, it is rocky. I mean, it seems not any harder than what I've already walked through. But I think it's just the fact that there's like 6 miles of this. Kind of sucks, but it's really not that bad. I'm going through it pretty quickly. Haven't tripped yet. Hope I don't jinx myself. It's weird, it's cloudy today. It feels like a fall day. It's not that warm, and there's these dead leaves from last winter still on the ground. It's kind of an enjoyable day, other than walking through all these rocks. So, just a couple more hours of this. I can get back to normal trails, hopefully. Just starting to come off the mountain and heading down into the valley. Almost done for the day already. There's the city of Duncannon. And I will be there in 1.5 miles of trail. Which will mean I went about 12 miles in 4.5 hours. So that was really fast. So those rocks didn't slow me down much at all. And once I get into town, the usual, have some fun, eat some food. Walking over the bridge of Sherman's Creek into Duncannon. Almost there. There's the creek.
Oh, that's where you did it?
Well, I took pictures there,
Okay.
and then I got dressed again, and then I went into the woods, and then I was like, alright, great. And then I got undressed again, and then I started walking, and then they came.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, I said the thing where, like, the things being in my pack or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And then at the one time, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna take pictures. And then
Well, I just got done eating dinner at the pub. Had a burger and fries, chips, and some chicken wings. And now I'm very full. And headed back to the hostel, and that's it for today.